Hey, Nick, we do the tagline for the podcast.
No. Real life opinions. Movie reviews told by fans and not critics.
Hey guys, how about that election last night?
The end. What's it called? Remember that one day that we were talking about watching the hockey game and we all sang the Hockey Night in Canada theme?
No, because I don't sing that song.
Well, it's not a sing because it's a theme, but either way.
Yeah, you go
Yeah, but I feel dirty doing it now that TSN owns it.
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, what's going on in the hockey game?
It's
going
Hockey
Canada
Night
Yan
in
Mark.
Canada.
It looks like LA's on the power play.
Well, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get a shot on goal.
Maybe they get a goal too as well.
Probably on the first shot, too.
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in net?
It's Pickard still.
Oh, well, maybe it won't be the first shot then.
Yeah, it'll be the second.
Could we
What
really
the
have not found a better backup goalie than
No,
Calvin Pickard? Like, no offense to Calvin Pickard, but he's like...
I don't know what makes it more funny. You guys got him from Detroit.
You know what's sad? You guys are talking hockey and you're giving me time to do homework.
Well, that's good.
that was the plan, actually.
So, deja vu, guys.
Yeah.
It's like we've done this before.
Yes, we have.
Danny, what are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing our top 5 favorite directors.
Who are our favorite?
Oh, who are our favorite? Thank you. I'm just gonna fuck that up again.
No, you did it right. I made it sound wrong.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I swore.
You know what's a real shame? If
Minute
only-
51, we're good.
If only at some point in time he'd done it perfect earlier this night.
If
Oh.
only.
If only.
So if Corey hadn't put his 2 cents in.
I would have been fine.
Yeah. Dick. Anyway.
Yeah, right?
So this should be a fun one, right? We're kind of there's a little bit of a different taste in genres in this group, right? So I think it'll make for some interesting discussion myself, right? Because I think my top 3, 2 of them you guys will be like, really? That's who you guys picked, right? So I think I've got some pretty different choices out there. Corey, Laura, I'm gonna imagine you guys are gonna go a little horror heavy.
You'd think.
I think you're gonna be surprised.
Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea on Corey's. Yours, I think you've got some extra horror on there. And Danny, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, dude. I have no idea.
Me neither. Me neither.
So since I got no idea what's going on in your head, Danny, let's go with you first. Who's your number 5? Top 5. Really? Really? This is you were just talking about it 10 minutes ago.
That was 10 minutes ago.
Rewind.
My 5 is Christopher Nolan.
Nice.
Nice, right?
Nice.
Is it mainly the Dark Knight trilogy? Is that like the big thing that sends him over the top?
No, Oppenheimer is the one.
I thought you said you didn't see Oppenheimer.
I haven't, but it could be. I hear it's a good movie. God damn. You know what? Fuck you again. You know what? It could be your turn now.
Wow, you've just been shut down.
Wow.
Pissed off the brown kid. He's gonna bomb us, isn't he?
God damn it.
Yes.
I think that's the different sort of brown.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, no. That is it racist for me to say he's the wrong kind of brown?
Either way.
Yeah.
Wow. This podcast really got bad.
I was gonna say anybody can leave a burning chip bag on your step. It's all good.
See, that I believe he would do. I knew Daddy back in the 90s. He would totally do a burning shit bag on your doorstep back then.
He called the shit poop.
Oh.
That was a good save.
Fucking awesome.
So the shock and awe of this is going to go away because like deja vu, but my number 5 pick is Don Bluth.
And it's still an excellent choice.
Yeah, from American Tail to Land Before Time to All Dogs Go to Heaven, like it's just like a gut shot to your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
The Don Bluth movies. Like there's so much emotion, and there's some amazing stories in there, and stuff tackled that children movies should not have been tackled. Like the death stuff in All Dogs Go to Heaven, like it's such a taboo topic for back in that day, and it treated kids like adults, right?
Well, even Land Before Time, when you think about it.
Well, an orphan story, you know, you have to move on without your mom, right? It's just that story of survival, right?
Yeah.
Or Littlefoot.
I know.
Oh.
That's, yeah.
I'll stick with what I said before. Like
What did you say
his movies were, like Jeff said, a sucker punch to the gut of emotions, and no movies since until Toy Story 3 could actually tug in your heartstrings like Don Bluth.
Yeah, okay. Is Littlefoot's mom's death the saddest scene in any movie ever?
No.
No.
It's not sad.
It's-
It's sadder than
it's-
Bambi's mom dying.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like
Fuck
it's
Bambi's mom.
It's
Bam's mom, yeah. She deserved to die.
it's sad, but
Name a scene sadder.
The dog and all
the
Dogs Go to
dog and
Heaven.
all dog go to
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah, okay.
That's good. Yeah, that
Wow.
final scene.
Yeah, when he's saying goodbye to Squirt.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
and just
Yeah.
knowing the backstory to that,
Yeah.
right?
See, and you know, even not knowing the backstory to that, if nobody were to actually look it up, that whole
It's
thing
still
is
a
just
good-
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But knowing that it's like his final goodbye to
To
her
her?
in real
Right.
life.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, the actress who played Squirt was murdered before the movie was released, and so Burt Reynolds' final speech to her character was recorded after her death. So it was literally Burt Reynolds saying goodbye to the actress, made it seem like the dog saying goodbye to the kid, and it's fucking heartbreaking.
It is.
You can hear the emotion in his voice. Like it's
Oh,
just
100%. But you know, being an animal person, any animal person, just that scene, it would be like it's a stab in the heart. Because
Okay, I'll do you one more, Jeff. What was more tragic, that or Mufasa?
I think for me personally, like Mufasa was soul crushing. I still think Littlefoot's mom
Okay.
is still to me, but I think, but you know, Mufasa. It was underscored in The Lion King because it's like, oh my God, Mufasa's dead. Oh my God, I ran away. And then you've got a warthog and a fucking meerkat going, Hakuna Matata. Like
Who the fuck cares? Yeah.
no worries. Where Littlefoot, you know, he goes off on his own
With
after
the weight on his shoulders the entire time.
Yeah, and then he slowly starts gaining like
his own little herd.
his own little herd, but like, you know, it doesn't immediately jump into the happy right afterwards like it does in The Lion King.
No,
You
they
know?
have to fight off T-Rex.
Yeah, like
No.
there's
Okay.
that Ankylosaurus that talks to them that's just like
Jeff, I have to ask. I really have to ask this one now. Because of Land Before Time, is that why you think Jurassic Park is a horror movie?
Oh my God. It's all coming together.
For the record, I don't think Land Before Time is a horror movie. Though
could be.
Sharp Tooth is pretty scary.
I was going to say long tooth. Yeah, sharp.
Sharp
yeah,
tooth.
yeah.
That's
Do you remember back in the day when cereal boxes had Land Before Time window cling type things, and you could stick
Yes!
it along the back of the boxes there?
Yes!
I had that all over my stereo. Like I had like a little cassette deck. I had Land Before Time all over the place.
Those are the days.
Yeah.
God.
Damn it, Jeff. Now you're making us all sad and nostalgic.
We want to be old, apparently. Oh, wait, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on from becoming old. Laura, what's your top 5?
I want to know where you found the Fountain of Youth.
Well, you know, yeah. We're just
Moving on from being
moving
old.
on.
Okay.
Moving on from that.
So, like I said earlier, I only had 4 when I originally got here today. So Corey was actually nice enough to give me one, and it's James Wan.
Excellent choice.
And again,
Who?
for
Just kidding.
give me a break, Corey. But for that one, like I said too, it's Conjuring, Insidious, Dead Silence, and for Jeff, who apparently doesn't know any of those movies, Aquaman.
You know what? Now that I think about it, my wife likes that movie.
And
more
technically
than
Aquaman too, but
and technically Aquaman too.
nobody talks about Aquaman too.
Aquaman 2 was a bit of an abomination.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was a nosedive. Yeah.
That's why
Though-
we don't talk
you're
about
forgetting like his most probably popular one, Saw.
that one. Oh yeah, Saw.
Oh, he was the guy that did Saw?
Yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan of Saw.
How
That's
many
why I
of
don't
them?
care.
just the first one.
Just the
yeah.
first one?
Actually, I think he might have done one of the last ones too. But
He's
second
not-
through fourth was Darren Lynn Bousman.
He has
but-
not been credited for any other ones.
No,
besides
okay.
Saw.
I knew the first one for sure. So.
The first one was a mind
Right.
fuck when it came out.
Right.
Really? Because I thought he did another Saw movie.
He hasn't been credited yet.
Oh, okay. All right then. Never mind then.
What does that mean by yet?
They haven't updated his sheet.
Oh,
Well, I feel
okay.
if he's done it, it should be updated.
It's not updated. I looked it up.
I would look on my phone, but I'm not touching my phone.
No, last time you did, you broke it. Not touchy.
That's a nice pick because he does change the way the horror movies are now.
Yeah.
With the Conjuring and stuff like that, bring the Conjuring out to like that with Ed Warren.
Yeah,
And,
and Lorraine. Yeah,
And Lorraine Warren. Yep.
he
He helped them.
he made horror movies good again
He did. Those movies are really
because
good.
they
I
were
do like
tanking.
those.
The 2000s were shit
Oh,
for
yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah.
But then he came. Conjuring is old school scary horror.
Yeah.
Insidious is old school scary horror. Like they were so fucking good. Saw, like you said, was revolutionary for its time.
Yeah.
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence was just like he knows what scares you and he makes you more scared.
It makes you wonder where the fuck Aquaman came from.
Comic books.
Comic book.
Thanks, you two. But like, to go like,
Because he was asked. That's probably why. He was probably.
I think Snyder was probably a fan of his and
Yeah.
got him to do it. So.
well, I could see Snyder being a fan, but it seems like an out of left field sort of choice, right?
Or he always wanted to do a comic book movie and that was his chance.
Yeah.
Possible.
And he probably had time.
I think he would have made a fantastic Batman movie. So, nothing against Matt Reeves. I mean, as much as I don't like his movies, he definitely has a vision. But yeah, Zack Snyder. Yeah, we're not going to get into that conversation. So,
Yeah. Well, moving on, your top five. Apparently, Zack Snyder's not making your top five.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Anyway,
You guys are gonna be shocked by number one.
my number 5, and
Zack
Jeff,
Snyder.
this one's kind of for you. James Gunn.
You know what? When you guys were talking about James,
Gun.
no,
Wan?
James
Wan.
I was gonna say Wan. What you said, and I was like, I'm gonna say. I immediately thought about James Gunn. I was just like, you know, they kind of went down a bit of a similar path, but like, yeah, the Guardians movies, that trilogy holds a special place in my heart.
I know this, yeah.
And Super is a
Super he only produced.
Oh, you only produced it?
Yeah.
So what did? So I know he directed Slither,
Slither, Guardians, The Suicide Squad.
which is
It was
arguably-
good. It was good.
So-
They like Suicide Squad, but not the Suicide Squad.
I think The Suicide Squad was the best movie in that universe, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I do have a
Maybe
soft
The
spot
Flash.
for Suicide Squad, like the original one, but at the same time, The Suicide Squad was a better movie.
Much,
Yeah.
in my opinion, much better.
And honestly, again, I can't make an official opinion because I'm not that guy, but I am excited for Superman. So. So.
I don't know if I like the style of Superman.
I don't care as long as the movie's good.
I think it's gonna be a good movie. Like I think he knows how to do a good story and good characters, right? So.
Yeah.
Well, that's rounded out our top five. I'm gonna say I was shocked by everybody's number five. Like there wasn't a number five on here where I thought, oh yeah, I expected that. Maybe I expected Nolan to show up on somebody's list.
Going forward, you won't be too surprised with mine. So.
Really?
Yeah.
So Danny, what's your number four?
My number 4, Peter Jackson.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good call.
I may hate Lord of the Rings, but I've loved everything else he's done. So.
Oh, really?
I don't
like
I don't
Lord
do
of the
fantasy,
Rings.
so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
nothing
well, you
against
are a horror
yeah,
movie person.
it's
That's
nothing
right.
against Peter Jackson's nothing against the movies themselves. They're
Yeah,
great
yeah.
movies, I hear. But I just,
I
it's
like
not my
them.
thing.
I
so.
watch them all the time.
That's, again, like everything. The Frighteners,
Yeah. The Frighteners.
Love the Frighteners.
Heavenly
was-
Creatures, underrated. It was his first movie. Frick, I love the movie. Anyway,
King Kong. He did too.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
King Kong.
King.
Yeah, King Kong.
That was.
It wasn't really. It was kind of like.
ew.
Wasn't really.
Stop looking at the TV,
We
guys.
interrupt.
I didn't. It's just the way he's like.
We interrupt this conversation.
Shard has an
for-
ugly family.
Yeah. To the shock of nobody.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like, I
go
don't know
on.
if you ever looked at Evan Bouchard, but like he looks off this way and then he's looking off over there. Like it's.
We interrupt this podcast for your 5-minute hockey interruption.
It was 30 seconds.
Jeez, I was being nice.
I felt King Kong was a little long-winded. Like
It really was. It really didn't really have a good story to it.
it felt really self-indulgent, and
Yeah.
I think they could have cut a lot of fat off that King Kong movie.
Oh, for
I
sure.
felt like
And a lot of black, aka Jack Black.
I thought he put in a good performance in that movie.
He was
but
okay, but I just can't stand him. So
He did seem out of place in
Yeah.
that role, but
Yeah.
it was a good. He did good in that role. I felt.
Yeah.
it's
Alright.
hard to believe that Jessica Lange, who was like in American Horror Story and all that stuff, older lady in that, was in the original King Kong as the main girl. That's how long
crazy, eh?
she's been acting. So
No, wow.
anyway, sorry, you were saying, Jeff?
Yeah, no.
Wait, Danny, are you done yours?
No, I
Did Peter Jackson do? I had another Peter Jackson movie in my head.
I have ones too, but it just can't.
know. I had another one too, and I can't think.
There's lots
Was
of them.
he Pacific Rim?
No,
No,
That
he was not.
That was.
someone else.
Huh?
Someone else.
I know.
So,
I know who.
The guy that did Pacific Rim was supposed to do the Hobbit movies, and then Peter Jackson ended up doing the Hobbit movies.
Yeah.
And why is his name
It's not
escaping?
Trevorrow, is it?
Huh?
It's not Trevorrow, is it?
No, but it's a name like that.
Oh, because Trevorrow did Jurassic World. So,
Yeah.
and I know he was a protege of
who did
like
Hellboy?
Spielberg. So,
Oh.
who did what?
Who did
Hellboy.
Hellboy?
Del Toro.
Yes,
Yeah,
Del
they're-
Toro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Del Toro and Peter Jackson. Del Toro sometimes get mixed up in my head.
Yeah.
Well, they both make fantastical movies,
They do,
right?
yeah.
So,
But
Peter-
that's an amazing choice. Peter Jackson's such a visionary, right?
Del Toro is more of a dark visionary, whereas Peter Jackson's more of a
white-
fantastical. Fantastic.
Outside of that.
I'm surprised I didn't put him on my list, actually. Anyway, sorry. Del Toro. Anyway,
Yeah, Del Toro's gonna get an honorable mention for me.
nice.
My number 4, and I struggled. I really didn't want to put him on my list because
Weird.
it's just this is my most cliche pick I have. Probably because I forgot about James Gunn and didn't think to put him on my list and already made this list. Steven Spielberg.
Oh, nice call.
I guess I tried keeping him off my list. Okay, I tried, and you guessed
I know. Me too.
Jurassic Park, frickin' the Indiana Jones movies, The Terminal. Like, there is so many good Spielberg directed stuff. And, like, he's carried on so hard with a producer as well that his name is associated with so much other good stuff. But, like,
And he basically was the director of everything he produced.
yeah,
He made
Yeah.
the director change to him more than once.
he made the first blockbuster. Like, you know, Jaws was the very first blockbuster. That is where the term came from, right?
Yeah.
And Jaws is a
Good movie, too.
fantastic movie. Like,
Yeah.
if there was, is Jaws a horror movie, you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
It, like that tell, don't show tension that he created in that movie, right?
You got to see Bruce.
You did.
Oh yeah, for like a minute. That's-
Considering he was mechanical, I don't think they wanted to focus too much on him.
Right?
You know, I've never did finish Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Well
but
done
I-
movie.
Huh?
Well done movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing.
Very, 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 very young Morgan Freeman in that movie.
Very
Really?
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, very young. That was a good movie. I like that one too.
E.T.'s arguably a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably, right? Like, there is so many good Steven Spielberg movies. I've never seen Schindler's List.
Oh, that was a good movie.
I
I'm like
refuse,
heartbroken.
so-
Well, it's
That was
just
a great movie.
when
I watched that
when
younger.
Schindler's List came out, I was 9. I was 9 or 10, and I guess like that was not a movie I was watching as a 10-year-old. And
Really, I did. Man, I loved that.
I watched it in school.
Did
Like,
you
that was
really?
great.
yeah.
I've heard what a gripping movie it is, right?
The girl in the red dies.
Huh?
Yes, the girl in the red does die.
The Girl in Red?
Yes.
That's all I know. I've never seen it and I remember going to see it, but
I thought it was black and white the whole thing.
it was.
It is.
But there's
It
a girl
is.
in red.
There's one girl that's the only color in the whole movie is this one little girl that's wearing a red jacket.
Yeah. That was a great
Yeah, I've told you guys my reasons before. I haven't seen it and I don't plan on it. So
Yeah. Laura, what's your number 4?
Surprisingly, Jeff, I agree with you. It's Steven Spielberg.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And for different reasons, though. Like
Well,
it's
let's hear-
different movies. For me, it's
Well,
a lot
it's
of
his horror movie stuff like Jurassic Park, right?
no.
Let it go.
poke the bear, poke the bear.
Let it go.
So, like you said, he's got a lot of classics. So, for number 4, I really went back to movies that I've watched several times. So, Hook.
Oh, yeah.
Catch Me If
Spielberg
You
did
Can.
Hook?
He did Hook,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did Hook.
Sweet.
Schindler's List. Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can's phenomenal.
Yeah, Artificial Intelligence.
Artificial intelligence didn't grip me like.
Not as much as it does with a lot of people, but it's the concept of it.
I do feel like that movie's worth a revisit though.
It is.
Yeah.
And the color purple.
That was him.
That was him.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
know that was him. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a good
Stay
movie
away
too.
from forks and outlets.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's because of those ones that he is on my list.
I totally didn't know he did that.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that. I
Oh,
forgot too.
and
but-
one that Jeff didn't name, and I almost didn't. Ready Player One.
Oh, that's right.
I thought he produced that. I didn't realize he directed that.
It's under his director category.
You know what?
They're making another one, I hear too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
Ready Player 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very creative titles. So.
Yeah.
I wanted to dislike that movie because I really didn't like the CGI.
It's got Chucky.
Fucking Chucky! The only swear in the movie.
I love Ready Player 1, but I really didn't want to because I don't like that CGI style. But I'm like, man, it's a nerdgasm, that movie, right?
Yeah.
It was. It
So-
had Halo in there.
Right, so literally
It
watching.
had the DeLorean in it.
Right.
Too.
But so, literally watching that movie throughout the whole thing, it was like, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna like it. Then you get to the end and they throw Chucky. I'm like, I'm sold.
It was, there, you can't hate that movie. And I'm an underrated Ben Mendelsohn fan, so
Oh, he's excellent in that movie.
yeah, he's excellent in everything. Like, Rogue One, he was freaking phenomenal. Like, honestly, I like that guy a lot. So
Yeah, no. Great number 4 pick, Laura.
All right,
I couldn't agree with you more.
all right, Corey. Who's your number 4?
Quentin Tarantino.
Doesn't
Nice.
surprise me.
Oh, I was wondering if he was going to make anybody's list or not. It's hard to ignore Tarantino, right?
I only not seen one of his movies,
Which
and that was
one?
Jackie Brown.
It wasn't a bad movie.
That wasn't too
actually.
bad.
But in the realm of Quentin
his
Tarantino
weakest.
movies, it's his weakest movie.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's not a bad movie. That's
Right.
the thing, right?
So, and probably I think the only reason he didn't make my top 5 is because he's only got one movie that I watched several times because it's just funny.
Kill
Bill?
Bill.
No, From Dusk Till Dawn.
He didn't
Well,
direct that.
that's-
Nobody was in it, so
Yeah,
that counts
he
for me.
wrote it, he co-wrote it and produced it, and of
Okay.
course starred in it. But
Robert Rodriguez did that. And who was very close to making my list as well. Tarantino and Rodriguez were both.
I thought about him, but he didn't make my honorable mention. So
Tarantino, I've talked about this before in the podcast, where Tarantino, Rodriguez, and Kevin Smith are like this trifecta of a video store director.
yeah, I
gods.
remember that.
Yeah.
Like there's They had these indie films that came out in the mid '90s, right in the VHS peak, right? And they were found in video store alleys, like, you know, Reservoir Dogs. Oh my god!
See, my order is Kill Bill because I freaking love Kill Bill, but I don't consider it 1 and 2. Kill Bill is one movie to me. I've never not watched it 1 and 2 together. I always watch this one giant movie. Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, what's it called? Or what am I?
Pulp Fiction, when it came out, like, people forget what a cultural touchstone that
Yeah.
is. Like, that was everywhere.
Reservoir Dogs would be 3. Hateful Eight was a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
I loved Hateful Eight.
Yeah, Inglourious Bastards. Come on. That goes against everything that I stand for, but I freaking love that movie. So, yeah, that's what I have for him. But yeah, I absolutely adore his style. I enjoy his when he does his cameos in his movies. He plays a perfect creep, but he's got that face, so it just kind of goes with the territory. His character in From Dusk Till Dawn, again, he didn't direct it, but he still co-wrote
He's
it.
such a creep.
He's such a fucking like slimy, icky, yeah.
and he
then,
loves that.
yeah, and his character in Reservoir Dogs was absolutely hilarious. What happened to Mr. Brown? It sounds like Mr. Shit.
I love that he had the balls in Pulp Fiction to say the N-word that many times.
Yeah.
And then, like, tell everybody, well, yeah, but that's how he's written. That's why I have to tell it. Well, you're both the writer and the director, though.
Goddamn writer made me do it. And meanwhile, you've got like Pam Grier and Sam Jack in that scene, and it's okay.
Have you guys ever heard the theory that Hateful Eight is a remake of The Thing by John Carpenter?
Nope.
No.
There's a very interesting theory, and watch The Thing, then rewatch Hateful Eight, and you'll see what they're talking about.
That means I'd actually have to watch The Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's a good movie. Hateful Eight's really good.
Never seen it.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it again. I watched it when it came out, so I don't have it that fresh in my memory. But I did recently watch The Thing, so.
Well, I'd heard that theory that I rented The Thing, and then I rewatched Hateful Eight, and I see where those connections are being made, right? Like, there's a lot of symmetry between the scenes. It's very fascinating, right?
Did you know there's a 60s war movie called Inglourious Bastards?
Is there
Yes.
really?
Yeah, I have it actually now.
That doesn't surprise me.
And
at
it's
all.
spelled properly, because you know Quentin Tarantino's is Terds at the end.
You
This
didn't-
one's like spelled right, so.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right, there, you know, Jackie Brown's like a sequel to Foxy Brown, right?
I figured.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
like-
didn't know it was, but I figured, so.
Tarantino. Everyone's just like, Tarantino's got so many original ideas. No, Tarantino has.
He's
like,
an homage guy. Everything he does is an homage to something else.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So we're getting into the top 3 now, eh?
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, Danny, what's your number 3?
Ridley Scott.
Ooh, that's a good call. Oh
Yeah.
my God, my
Scott Free
top 3
Productions.
are not going to stand up to your top 3. How come?
What? How come? Gladiators.
Did he do number 2?
yeah, he,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it good?
I haven't really watched it. So
I
don't
heard
really
it's
know.
not. So.
I heard it did well in the theaters, but I haven't heard much reception. So
No, the audience score is definitely a lot lower than the critic score. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much about that.
the first Gladiator.
First Gladiator.
First Gladiator was
Yeah.
great. I'm not a Joaquin Phoenix fan at all.
Oh, don't hurt me
But
neither.
he was amazing in that. Russell Crowe was amazing in that.
Yeah.
Like, it was
I love- no,
such a
it's
well done movie.
You could argue, like, is Gladiator masterpiece, guys?
It's got to be up there.
It's got to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of them up there. Yeah. There's got a few other ones up there too. But that was I like that one. Who doesn't like a guy who's slaved and then becomes
Moses?
killer.
What?
not Moses, but a killer? And
It's
tries
such
to kill
a
people.
classic story.
Yeah.
Hey, when I think of Ridley Scott, I think of the Alien movies, right? That's where
Well, the first.
The
one.
first one.
I thought he came back.
Oh, no, I think he might have done Covenant. Not Covenant.
No.
He came back for Prometheus, I do believe.
Yeah.
That's what I think he came back
I knew it
for.
sounded wrong when I said Covenant. So
And he did Blade Runner as
Yep,
well.
Blade
Yeah.
Runner, yep.
I've never seen Blade Runner.
me neither, actually. And he did 2049 as well.
And Thelma and Louise.
He did Thelma and Louise.
Yeah.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah. Right. I was reading it the other day. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I'm looking at his movies right now, and you want to know the movie that I'm shocked that was Ridley Scott that was amazing?
What's that?
And Laura, you'll agree with me on this? The Martian.
Oh yeah.
That was a
That
phenomenal
was a great
movie.
I didn't know
movie.
that
That
was
was a
Ridley
great
Scott.
movie.
Yep.
I still have no interest in that movie. Like, I'm sure it's great. I'm not going to say it's a bad movie. It just doesn't pique my interest.
That's so good, so good. Yeah, I guess he did Covenant as well, eh? According to this. So I didn't know he did. I knew he did Prometheus. So
I know he wanted to do a major entry in that franchise. Like, those ones were kind of almost side stories, but not. But there's talks about him wanting to do an actual major entry in that franchise again. So
my number 3, Wes Anderson.
okay.
I love a good quirky movie, and that man has such a unique style of movie. Now, I know a lot of people hate Wes Anderson movies because it's a very, very niche thing. But the way he runs the camera, the cardboard diagrams he uses in the background for his special effects, he's always got Bill Murray in his movies. Like, he just,
Yeah.
I think he's like the only man in Hollywood that has Bill Murray's phone number, right?
Probably.
Yeah, and I know he's not a glamorous pick. Like, there's definitely not a lot of big blockbusters that he's done, but the Grand Budapest Hotel holds a very special place in my heart. I could watch Life Aquatic over and over and over again. I'll murder the name, but the
Darjeeling?
Darjeeling. See, I told you.
Darjeeling. Darjeeling.
English
Yeah.
is bad, okay?
It's not English, it's Indian.
My bad. Indian is bad.
Oh,
That's racist.
That's an excellent
My bad.
story about 3 brothers. Like, there's just Isle of Dog is fun. Like, any of the stop motion stuff he does is really fun. He doesn't tell the most gripping stories, I'll admit, but just I love his art style. And that's when I think of directors, I think of people where you're you're watching their movie, and I've never seen a Wes Anderson movie where you weren't like. Tarantino does the same thing where it's just like, okay, I know I'm in a Tarantino movie here. He's got this style that's such a focus of his that it right away. And that's what I love about Wes Anderson.
Oh, nice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Laura?
So, I had to go back and look, and he actually does make my list, and it's Clive Barker. Because of Nightbreed, Lord of Illusions, and you were right, Corey, he directed the
course I
first
was right.
Hellraiser.
Oh, okay.
I thought everybody knew that.
I wish he wrote it too, so it's
And that's
It's
why he
hard.
said it's the only movie he'll ever direct of his own work. He
wrong.
said.
Because he
That's-
did Lord of
well,
Illusions and Nightbreed. He also
I think
basically based off his.
that interview though in that, because it was an anniversary edition, was him
That was-
saying going forward. So he'd already done those 3 movies.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
he did not like directing. He did not like the feel of it. He did not like the work involved in it. He'd much rather tell a story than direct a movie.
Yeah. So, and it does bump one of them into an honorable for me, but, Clive Barker, it's a given for me. It's Clive Barker.
I think what's interesting is the fact that he is a very open homosexual.
Yes.
And you see it in his movies, but he's not pushing it.
Yeah.
But you can see that flair in his movies. And
Especially if you ever watch the director's cut of Nightbreed, it is totally in there.
yeah, so and even Candyman is it's
Yeah.
got some passion to it. Right?
does.
And I mean,
Yeah.
look how over sexual Hellraiser was.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah. Especially the book. If you've read the book, holy shit.
Yep.
I don't have Clive Barker here as. Oh my god, I guess totally. Because I was reading this and now you guys said it, and I blanked. What movie were you guys literally talking about 2 seconds ago?
Hellraiser?
Not Hellraiser, the other one.
Nightbreed?
Nightbreed,
The other one.
Lord of Illusions.
The other one.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
No, you had said one.
That wasn't him. But you think it's him. Hellraiser, Nightbreed, and Lord of Illusions are him.
Mm-hmm.
But you said one other.
I don't remember another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were literally just talking about it, and yeah, it's
Now
cool.
we
Yeah, I know. We all just like phased.
Were we though? Because I don't remember.
You said it.
You
I
said
don't
it.
remember.
Yeah, I don't. Why don't
Candyman?
Yes.
I didn't.
Candyman.
No, but I wasn't alluding to him
No,
as a
he
director
was-
for that movie. He
he
was a
was
writer.
preparing.
He wrote
Yeah.
the story.
Okay.
I just him on it.
How did we all forget Candyman? Wait a
I'm
minute.
old.
Wait a minute.
One more time. One more time.
That's awesome.
Because
We
it
all
had
forgot.
nothing to do with him actually directing it, so we were all just like,
Hey, speaking of clever titles, do you hear they're making a new Now You See Me movie?
yes.
And you
Yeah,
know what the
but now
title
you
is?
don't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
You See Me, Now You Don't?
Yeah.
Sorry,
The
unrelated.
trailer,
okay.
right, today?
No, I didn't.
All right.
I haven't seen the first two, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I have the first one here. I might
The
take
first
one to
one
watch
was
it.
really
so.
good. The second one was, it wasn't too bad.
I love a good heist movie. It's,
I do
they're
too. That's why I'm
fun heist
surprised I
movies.
haven't seen it. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tweak my order a tad, like just 2 and 3 around. So I'm gonna put number 3 as James Wan. We were talking about him earlier.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
And for the exact same reasons. Death Sentence is probably my favorite revenge flick ever. It's a very, like, as a person who, you know, is very close with his sons, and as a person who, you know, the fact that his son was going to be moving to Canada to go play hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, that was super cool too, because I always wanted to get my kids in hockey, and it just didn't happen. And yeah, so I totally thought of that movie. And then the revenge flick. And what was great was near the end when they go into the warehouse for the final scene, on the brick wall, and the camera just pans by it. On the brick wall, there's a spray painting of the Jigsaw puppet.
Yeah.
So, so little Easter egg for all you James Wan's fans out there. But
Nice.
it was such, and Kevin Bacon is the lead. So what happens is he's in the vehicle with his son, and he's talking about how he's got this scholarship. He's moving to Canada for play hockey, and they stop at a convenience store, and these guys come in and rob the place as part of a gang ritual, like initiation. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
And they end up slitting his son's throat and killing him.
Oh, damn.
And so they go to court, and Kevin Bacon literally just has to go point his finger, and they're gone forever. He purposely misidentifies them so he could go after them himself.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Really?
It's so fucking good. It's oh my god.
Nice.
I'm looking at. I'd never heard of Death Sentence before. And
I own it on DVD if you ever want to borrow it.
I think that needs to be a podcast movie because this looks gripping.
So fucking good.
This looks gripping. So
Yeah, like I said, I own it on DVD if anyone needs to borrow it. So.
I will. I'll check my shelf, but I might need to.
Kevin Bacon looks like a deranged man.
Kevin fucking
No, but
Bacon.
it's Kevin Bacon.
Oh my god! Like it just it's so emotional. Like what he's going, you feel his emotions as he's going through it. Like he's brutally killing these guys that killed his kid, but you don't think, oh, he's a terrible person for doing this. No, you feel justified in what you're watching. So yeah, that's mine.
Danny, what's your number 2?
George Lucas.
Ooh, I was wondering if Big George is gonna show up. Big Howard the Duck fan, eh?
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's about the only reason that he would make my list.
Yeah. Howard the Duck.
I struggled with George Lucas because I was almost gonna put him and Spielberg together, but I guess I don't know. I don't like the prequels.
Yeah, and that was
what
his
is-
grimy fingerprint on
the
each and every
prequels
one.
they were bad when they brought them out, but now with those kids that watched them, they like those prequels now. They fit in now
Well,
properly.
but what pisses me off is now this generation loves the prequels, but then they hate the original trilogies. So
Yeah.
fuck you, kids. So,
Well, that's true, right?
Yeah.
And if anyone asks who you're gonna watch first, it's gonna be the original ones.
Yeah.
Over the prequels.
One of these days, he's gonna get an invite on the podcast. But my friend Connor Baker, young fella, he's 24, right? He tells me all the time, the best Star Wars movies, Episode 3, Jeff. I'm just like, fuck you. It's not. It's Empire by like.
So ask him if his favorite character is Jar Jar Binks. Seriously.
Well, that Jar Jar's not in Episode 3.
But seriously, ask him if his favorite
Yeah, he
character is
is.
Jar Jar.
In Episode 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Was
He's in
he
the
at
council.
the Senate? Oh,
Yes.
he's in the Senate.
He's
You're
also
right.
technically in episode 6.
Oh,
At the very end.
When they did the special editions with the new endings,
Yeah.
and they had people celebrating that the Death Star
Yeah,
blew up,
he's
you see
there.
the Gun planet, and you see him there.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry.
wow.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with, like, the best movie in his series, though, was not done by him. That's the only thing about George Lucas. But he's a visionary, right?
Yes, he is. Yep.
Did you see, I'm presuming Star Wars, why you put him on, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Not THS or American Graffiti?
Well,
American Graffiti is actually pretty good.
Graffiti's really good,
THS?
THX is his first.
Oh, THX. They said THS. I'm like, what?
And Graffiti's good too. Yeah. I forgot about that. I did watch that too. I like that one.
Yeah, he directed Ron Howard before Ron Howard directed anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
He created. You cannot deny his influence in the world today, right?
And then him and Spielberg did Indiana Jones.
Until he went
too.
eccentric and lost his fucking mind when he started touching up the original trilogy, that's when people started hating him.
Yeah. They did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that him putting the one from the episode 1, like the Anakin Skywalker into the old version, I don't think that should have been in there.
That doesn't even make sense.
It did make sense at all.
Like, Luke's like, who the fuck is this guy? That's not who I meant. Like, at least at the original ending, it was David Prowse.
Yeah.
So,
That's the only thing I didn't like that. That really bugged me. Like, why are you putting somebody in that shouldn't be there?
he made some classic movies and then he decided to fuck with them, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and that was it. It's not that he rewrote them per se. He just added shit that made it unnecessary
Yeah.
and stupid.
You guys know why he added more shit to make him stupid?
So we can keep the rights.
To sell more copies. You know how many copies
Oh.
those special editions sold? They
Don't
sold
worry, I
like
know.
fucking hotcakes.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Like, they financed the prequels through the special editions, eh?
Oh, I
know.
believe
I
that.
have some.
Yeah.
I know.
I have the
My
Blu-ray.
pockets
I have
are
the Blu-ray set that came out there. Like
Yeah.
when they first finally put the set on Blu-ray, how
Yeah.
it was, you could either buy each trilogy separate, or you could buy the whole thing. And it's like a beige case, whatever. Yeah, that's one I have. So
Oh, okay.
I have never found the prequel trilogy together.
yeah, it was limited print,
Yeah.
but I think I got it at Blockbuster when it was closing. Like that's how when it came out was 2011. So
Okay.
I remember when everybody and their dog had like the original trilogy on VHS.
I had the gold.
Yep.
Yeah, I had that. So
Oh. I did not. How about
where are we?
My number 2
Okay.
pick
Jeff?
is Edgar Wright.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, cool.
I think there is no director today that is more purposeful in his art direction. Like, you watch the Cornetto trilogy, you know, World's End, Hot Fuzz, and
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
There is so many layers to those movies, and then you watch the layers and you watch the three of them together and you see the overlapping layers, which in the three totally separate movies, it's just he's such a phenomenal director. There's so many little details he looks into. You know, he doesn't even make the list because he makes some of my favorite movies, which he does. Like Baby Driver,
So good.
so good.
So good.
Shaun of the Dead is probably, if it's not my top 10, it's probably my top 15. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is so much fun.
I didn't even know he did that.
Yeah,
You did.
Yeah,
I own that movie. I didn't even know we did that.
that movie's so much fun. Like, okay, I'm going to adapt a comic book movie, but instead of making it comic booky, I'm going to make it about rock and roll and video games. Instead, I guess
And Chris Evans.
Well, you've got Captain America and Superman in there.
Yeah, freaking Brandon Routh, yeah.
Vegan powers.
I generally hate British movies. I don't like Guy Ritchie because of that. His movies are just too British for me. But freaking Shaun of the Dead, yes.
And Guy Ritchie made it very. It was a fight between Guy Ritchie and Don Bluth for me.
Yeah, I don't like Guy Ritchie. So.
Yeah, but there was enough Guy Ritchie movies that I didn't like that he got knocked off my list. I wish we could have seen Ant-Man by Edgar Wright, because I feel like that just would have been
I might have liked it more.
It was very apparently they kept a lot of the Edgar Wright stuff in it, but they said that he went too far in his own style. But what he said was, I wanted to direct a Marvel movie, but Marvel didn't want an Edgar Wright movie, which makes
The chase scenes with like the shrunken van and everything, that was pretty Edgar Wright-ish.
Yeah. Well, but there are a lot of stuff, like they said, like 90% of that movie came from Edgar Wright, right? It's just the specific style was taken away. And, that's the thing about it. Edgar Wright's another one of those directors. When you're watching it, you know you're watching an Edgar Wright movie just because there's so much detail. Laura, who's your number 2?
Tim Burton.
I knew he was showing up.
Yeah.
I knew it.
And, it's obviously Batman, right? But Nightmare Before Christmas, always love that movie.
like that.
What's this?
Don't, you're butchering it. Don't, shut up! No. But, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
You maniac.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't. It's Tim Burton. If you don't.
Hey, did you get to see the new one, Danny?
I did, yep.
I liked it better than the original.
He's wrong. We already had this conversation.
I know.
The first one won.
I guess.
I don't know.
You weren't there for this, so shush.
The second one too.
The second one was okay, but the first one still won.
They're making a third one.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, guess what they're calling it?
Beetlejuice 3?
No.
Or Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And then it has to be the last one, right?
It sounds like it is. They
sounds
already pretty
yeah.
well said that.
I would
so.
100% be the one running around yelling it 3 times.
But I don't think Winona Ryder's
It's like
gonna be. I think it's just
Candyman.
gonna be Jenna. So.
Right. But it's like Candyman. You gotta say it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's made his movies are kind of like Tarantino. They're cultural touchstones, right?
Yeah.
Like Beetlejuice was a cultural phenomenon.
It is. And we actually tried getting, when we had the Halloween sleepover, you and I with the Timberwolves there, Jeff, we tried getting them to watch one of his movies. They would not watch it. They suck.
No.
They would not
It was
watch
Night Before Christmas, was it not?
Coraline.
Oh yeah, Coraline.
Yeah, and they would not watch it. Go figure.
I don't think that was Tim Burton.
No.
Yes, it was.
Maybe produced.
It's on his list.
Yeah,
Is
I think
it?
It's dark enough. It's on his list. Yes.
Really? Okay.
And if you actually look up Tim Burton, it's on his list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it overrated, guys, or is it?
Also wasn't Tim Burton technically. It was
Oh
actually
yeah,
directed by
because his
somebody
name's
else.
all over it, but he didn't actually direct it, did
right.
he?
Which is why I went for
Ander
Batman.
something. It's the guy who directed 9 as well.
I
or
owe-
Timber. It was a weird ass name.
I always forget that it actually wasn't him because his name is slapped all
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
that, right?
Because it's a Tim Burton production.
Which
not,
is very much a Tim Burton
It is.
production.
But
Yeah,
Batman is Tim Burton.
Not even the best Batman director in this
Shit.
podcast.
We're going through this
The
again.
best Joker.
We're gonna end up with a penalty here because Laura's gonna hit Jeff.
Not even the best directed Joker in our top 5 podcast.
I'm not saying the best directed Joker. I'm saying the best Joker.
It was the best Joker.
I think Danny was right with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, if only Heath Ledger actually played the Joker.
Oh, did LA score?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think my face was?
I don't know.
If you want to know, Batman the first one for Tim Burton was a good Batman with Jack Nicholson as Joker. That would be the first.
Yeah.
And then the second one would be.
Right. But then,
Yeah.
also with Tim Burton, you also get Sleepy Hollow and Dark Shadows. And I have to agree.
Dark Shadows, really?
Yes.
No, I know that was him, but is that a bar at all?
No, it's not. But, I really have to agree with my sister on this one, too, because about that time, him and Helena were breaking up. So, who gets custody of Johnny?
In the end, it was Jerry Bruckheimer.
All right,
and
Corey.
then Jerry sets him away because
Because
Of
blah, blah,
Amber
blah.
Heard.
somebody
Yeah.
shat on his pillow. And things didn't go good.
Amber Heard. All right, Corey.
What's your number 2? Oh, do we have to stop?
Nope. Anyway, number 2, David Fincher.
Ooh. The first David Fincher movie that comes to my mind is The Social Network, and I'm sure that's not what you're referring to.
It's in my list, but it's not my top by any means. Not, in no particular order. 7, Zodiac.
Oh my god. I
Social
forgot.
Network. Gone Girl. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo remake.
All good movies.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Fight Club.
Oh, that was a good movie.
And a countless,
Fight Club too? Yeah.
countless 80s pop music videos.
Fight Club is so good. I forgot he did 7. My god.
He also had a style. I mean, not to the naked eye, but he had a style. He worked a lot with I forget his name. The one writer there he worked a lot with, but I can't remember. But yeah, yes.
No, they didn't get
And
it.
Oilers scored. I mean, yes, David Fincher.
Yes, David Fincher for the win.
Hey!
Fuck, look at those shots. 22-7.
23-7 now.
23-7. That's wild.
And it was Kane too, nice. Anyway, but yeah, no, David Fincher, like you wouldn't think that would hit my list because it's not really my genres. I mean, I like a good suspense movie as much as the next guy, but
But his resume.
his
though,
resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Like my number 1 will be a lot more obvious, but in terms of sheer quality, I think he is, maybe behind Steven Spielberg, the best director out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, how about we take a short commercial break while Corey celebrates the goal?
Corey can run around doing a happy dance.
Did we do it again?
Nope.
No, we're good.
I-
I was a little worried too.
Yeah. All right.
We'll be right back after this body break.
3.
Body break, keep moving. Body break, keep moving.
Yeah, and here we are. We're down from our body break because we're such an athletic bunch.
I mean, I went to the bathroom. It's kind of a body break.
Yeah, you got.
Awesome.
Daddy, let's start off with your honorable mentions here. What do you got? Your list pretty skimpy, or do you have a lot of directors you have to keep off the list?
I got only 2. I got Francis Ford Coppola,
Cool.
Ooh.
and my other one was Michael Bay.
See, you're not the first person to be like, ooh, Michael Bay should be on the list, because like that, he was a lot of people's childhood, right?
Yep.
Oh.
How young are you people?
And I do have one more. My
Oh.
third one was James Cameron.
Ooh, that's good. Good number 3 in your honorable mention.
Yep.
I've got James Gunn on for one of my honorable mentions. I actually feel like I left him off my list by accident because, yeah, I love that trilogy of Guardians. Quentin Tarantino is an honorable mention of mine. And Robert Zemeckis is another honorable mention with
nice.
The Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Forrest Gump, which a lot of people forget he did
And
Forrest
Polar
Gump.
Express and Christmas Carol.
But those, I'm not counting those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forrest Gump is one of the best movies of all time. Christmas Carol and
Okay.
Polar Express. Yeah. Let's hear your honorable mention, Laura.
Mine are Michael Bay. And Alfred,
2 honorable mentions for Michael Bay, really?
Yeah.
Is it because nobody had the heart to put him on the list? Like, I was like, I'm going to get decimated if I put him in my
He's
top
like the
5.
best worst director ever.
He really is.
So here's the thing: he was on my list, but then he got bumped off by Clive Barker. And so my other honorable mention is Alfred Hitchcock.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good honorable mention. That's good.
So, what would be your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie?
Psycho.
Suppose that was a given. What would be your second favorite?
And that's that one
I'm
meme.
not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, that's on me. That was too easy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Corey, who's yours?
Not to keep
Throws out a scroll. Here we go.
not to keep the parade going, but Michael Bay.
3 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It's because you guys were all cowards. Put him on the list. I get, I'm
Like
not
I
off
said-
for Clive Barker.
Transformers was fun. The first one.
was.
The first
Yeah.
one. Keyword underline underscore. And I don't care for the turtle movies, so whatever. Bad Boys.
He produced the
I
Turtles
don't
movies,
remember.
not directed them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good call.
And
What was I thinking?
Armageddon.
I couldn't
Armageddon.
care less about Armageddon.
What?
Pearl Harbor.
Armageddon's like his best movie. What do you mean?
The Rock. I freaking love The Rock.
Who doesn't cry when Bruce Willis is giving that speech?
Apparently, Corey.
I cried. I cried. There's 2 movies I cried every time. Is it Avengers Endgame when he's just like, Avengers Assemble? And then when Bruce Willis is giving that speech, like, take care of my little girl. Oh my god, it's a flood of tears every time.
He cries at the speech. For me, it's the flashbacks.
I think, honestly, when Bruce Willis goes, which, I mean, I hope it's not as quick as it seems like it's going to be, but when Bruce Willis goes, that scene will hit more harder for me.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, Toby Hooper. Texas Chainsaw is one of my favorite horror movies. He did Poltergeist.
Yep.
I think he did Reanimator.
He did.
So, again, honorable mention. And in this case, for me, Steven Spielberg.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice. That's a good honorable mention list you got there.
Nice.
oh, there's Farrell.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he looks
Old.
concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of this. Danny, I'm excited to hear your number 1.
Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese.
Really?
Scorsese, thank you.
That's a hard word.
That is a very hard word
I
to
screw
say.
up in it all the time.
I,
so.
yeah, I was like trying to say it the whole time.
I feel like he hasn't lost his touch yet, right?
No,
Like,
he has not. No.
a lot of directors kind of come back down.
The only problem is his style
His style
isn't
has
as
changed.
popular anymore.
No.
So, like, yeah, he hasn't changed much, but what he does is not as appreciated as it was.
Has anyone seen Killers of the Flower Moon yet? I haven't.
No.
I've heard phenomenal movie though.
Or The Irishman.
Or the Irish.
I
or the
did
Irishman.
watch The Irishman, and that one was good.
Yeah.
I heard it was
Okay.
long.
It is
though.
very long.
So,
Very long, but it is a good movie.
Okay.
What's your favorite from him?
Casino.
Oh my god! Casino's so good, so good. I freaking like. Some people would be like, Goodfellas is better than Casino. For me, like
I know, it's
Casino's
Casino.
always been.
I love Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas good
So-
too. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, it was
good too.
they're very similar movies, but I know Casino's way longer, but
Oh, it's so long, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I loved The Departed from him. Like that-
Departed was great.
Departed, yeah, I didn't.
That was another good twist ending. But
That was-
unfortunately, like, unlike, for example, M. Night Shyamalan, when you see a twist ending in his movies, you don't have the sudden urge to rewatch it with the knowledge you have. Whereas with, like, M. Night Shyamalan, you watch Sixth Sense, you see that twist. I need to rewatch this movie. Oh my god, I can see it now. But,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
when you find out about the twist ending in that,
Yeah, that was yeah.
all right, that's cool.
That's kind of.
But again, most of his movies are not my style. I'm not a big that type of movie fan, but there's no questioning his skill and his
It's yeah. He's got
his
good
talent.
skill.
So,
I like Yeah, his movies are really good.
Yeah. He's arguably one of the greatest directors of all time, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Right up there.
In fact, he's Danny's number one.
Yeah.
Damn right.
We go from one of the most acclaimed actors of all time to my number one that no one is saying is an acclaimed actor of all time.
Actor or director?
Director.
Both.
Director. Both.
It doesn't have a lot of lines though.
Corey knows who my number one is.
I can't. Okay, he's my honorable mention. You can say it first, but he's my honorable mention too.
Okay, well, Kevin Smith is my number one director of all time, okay? And now, I know he's not actually very good at directing movies, okay? I'm aware of this fact, okay? Like,
You just like him because he's Silent Bob.
I like him because he has created one of the best universes ever in cinema. Like there's not anything I've ever enjoyed more in my life than the View Askew universe. Like I could rewatch those movies over and over and over again. You know, I was shocked when I didn't hear him in your honorable mentions because I didn't think he was going to be your number one.
I forgot.
I think they knocked out the goalie.
Well, you know, you got to get a shot on him somehow. You know, Clerks, top 5 movies for me. Maybe my favorite movie of all time. I love Mallrats. It's dumb fun. Dogma is so good. Like it asks so many spiritual questions that I love it. You know, the Chasing Amy at the time it came out, it was so controversial with that lesbian, not a lesbian love story, but like that gay angle, that gay world.
Can you change a gay person?
Yeah.
Like that, even today, that's controversial. So.
Well, the gay stuff and the lesbian stuff is very different. It's a different world today. In '97, it was taboo to talk about, right? Like, he took a very bold move in doing that movie. I cried in Clerks 3.
Mm-hmm.
Clerks 3 is a hard look. Like, what Kevin Smith does is he will take the stupidest dick and sex jokes in the world and then infuse it with so much heart and humanity. Like that's why I love him. You feel the real person every time you watch a Kevin Smith movie. Like even like Tusk, there's some humanity in that movie. That movie was like an over the top, outlandish premise, but like, you know, the Justin Long character, he's got a lot of human to him, right? Like it's just it's crazy.
I didn't like Haley Joel in that movie though.
Yeah, but he's like a podcaster, is he not
Yeah,
in that movie?
he was annoying. I know that he was supposed to be, but he
Yeah.
was annoying. So
Yeah. Laura, let's hear your number one.
It's anybody who knows me, this is a no-brainer. It's Wes Craven.
I've been waiting for Wes Craven to show up on this list.
another addition to my honorable mention.
I mean, but anybody who's actually listened and they know me, they know Nightmare on Elm Street is my all-time favorite movie.
Really?
Well, favorite horror movie, but yeah.
Favorite horror movie, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Wes Craven's, he's there. He is number one. It is sad that he's died.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did a huge article on him when he died in the newspaper,
Yes.
actually. So
actually at the video store, we had a whole section dedicated to him.
I wonder why. Who worked there?
Because Laura got her
Yeah.
way. It was Laura and Dave got their way, but yeah. You know, Wes Craven. I mean,
He brought back the horror genre in the 90s.
he did.
Like the Scream movies.
Remember
Yeah.
Cursed?
Yeah, yeah.
That was stupid fun.
It was stupid fun, but you
Curse
know,
was not near as good.
No,
but
Red Eye for going against
Yep.
against the grain for him.
Yep.
Was really well done.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, between Nightmare on Elm Street and Scream, you know, it's like you said, he.
You know what
brought
movie I
back-
haven't seen of his? I realized it's probably the only one. Not People Under the Stairs.
Oh, People Under the
no,
Stairs.
not
was
People.
amazing.
I've seen that. No. Serpent in the Rainbow.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've never heard of Serpent of the Rainbow.
yeah.
It's definitely one of his more unorthodox. But
I mean,
it's-
people under the stairs.
Okay, but you know what? People under the stairs. Anybody who had that little cubby hole under the stairs for the longest time, like I know friends who wouldn't open that thing.
Go.
But
Didn't they put Harry
Damn it.
Potter under there?
But then they put
Yeah,
Harry
they put
Potter
Harry
on
Potter
it,
on the
right?
stairs.
You know, you're just reliving your nightmares.
Yeah, I guess thinking about Wes Craven, I'm sorry, it makes me think of the final scene of Nightmare on Elm Street, where in the dream sequence he pulls the fucking doctor.
The mannequin, yeah.
Mannequin through, yeah.
That's all it was.
That's all I can think of this whole time talking about Wes Craven. I know that like undermines like some of the classic storytelling ability he has, but like, yeah, that's what I.
But you know, it's like you said, anybody who knows me and actually knows me, it's a no-brainer.
That's fair. That's a great choice.
Yeah.
That's another one that slipped my mind and should have hit. Like Kevin Smith should have been in my top 5. Wes Craven should have been in my top 5. So, but I don't know who I would take out. Maybe James Gunn. That's probably who I'd take out of my list. But I regret if I had to move another one. Like if I had to, it would probably be James Wan. But I'm pretty satisfied with my list. But I really, those two should have hit my top 5. So.
Well, Corey, I think I know who your number one is.
I feel if you don't know who my number 1 is, you don't know me.
I don't know yet.
This is fair. You don't.
That's true.
Okay,
James Cameron. James Cameron.
Yeah, I was gonna say we want to take bets what it is because they all know.
Yeah. James Cameron, come on. Like, again, as we all know, Terminator 2, my ultimate favorite movie. Terminator 1, still a great movie. True Lies, fucking arguably Arnold's best movie next to T2. The Abyss was a lot of fun, really deep story there and everything. Avatar, he is the only guy to have directed $4 billion movies.
Titanic, your favorite movie?
I didn't put Titanic on my list because I couldn't care less about that movie. However, you can't argue the
You're not
success
king
that
of the
movie
world?
had. Well, I mean, I am, but
Okay.
especially over Leo. But
You don't date people as young as him.
yeah, that you know of. Anyway,
Lisa, hope you're not listening.
she doesn't listen anymore. But yeah, no, like I've always loved his stuff. He needs to keep his mouth and whatever out of politics and actual world current events because he's an idiot. But he's
Great director, but he's an idiot.
He's eccentric. He is so fucking eccentric. But he is from, a lot of people don't realize, he's from Manitoba.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I knew he was Canadian.
Yeah, so that's super cool. But he tried to stick his nose in that huge oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico a number of years ago.
Wow.
And saying he could like rewrite a way to fix it. Shut the fuck up. He went to the oil sands. Oh, I could make this. Shut the fuck up. Like he talks to, and then when he decided, oh, I want to research the Titanic, that was super cool. He did a lot more research than anybody's ever done, and he incorporated that in his movie. He did. Like, the whole boat snapping on its way down was never talked about in the movies. All the old movies from, like, the 50s, the 60s, all that stuff, it just went straight down.
Yeah.
But when you got a boat of that mass, it's gonna snap.
Well, and didn't
So-
he actually do the dive to go down and see it too?
Probably.
He was the first person, like, it was his submarines and stuff like that, where they were the first people to discover that. Because for a lot of years, we didn't know where the Titanic was, remember
Well,
that?
we knew it was off the coast of Canada, but by how much?
Yeah, nobody knew.
Yeah,
Nobody had ever
knew.
been
He
to the
tracked- Yeah, he
Titanic.
tracked it
Yeah.
all.
And that submarine that he uses, they were some of the first to discover that, right? So
Ha ha ha, Ocean Gate.
yeah, well, that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, it's because they're idiots. Anyways, but yeah, that is my
Man,
number 1.
You sure spent a lot of time bitching about your number one.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's done some of my favorite movies, so yeah. And again, T2, which will be is like my first, second, and third favorite movie. So. And again, I really, 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 really like True Lies. Like that's such a fun movie for me. So.
Excellent movie. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think when you think of like the movies that he did that were the big blockbusters. Like, guess the phenomenon Titanic was, the phenomenon Avatar was, the phenomenon T2 was. Like,
I'd like to know if adjusted for inflation, if Terminator 1 or 2 crossed $1 billion.
I don't.
I don't think so either, but I would be interested to know.
T2 would have a shot, but I don't think so.
Um,
I don't think it cracks top 20.
but yeah, Avatar and Avatar 2 both crossed $1 billion. Titanic crossed $1 billion, and I thought he had one other one. Maybe it's only 3.
Is 3 not enough? There's only been like $7 billion movies of all time, and he's got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
and 2 of them were attached to like huge franchises.
Well, he had said that he doesn't want to release the next Avatar movies until real 3D in the theaters can be viewed without glasses.
So, Corey, just for you.
Uh-huh.
Adjusting with inflation, Terminator 2 Judgment Day's worldwide gross of $520 million. For inflation, it becomes $1.16 billion.
Woohoo!
Today's money.
Wow. That's crazy.
But I mean, the thing is, Avatar and Titanic were not adjusted for inflation. The other thing with our Titanic, that again,
Titanic was
my dislike of that movie aside, the only reason that movie crossed $1 billion is it was in the theater for 13 months.
I remember coming, like, my buddy was watching it. He watched like 7 times in the theater. It was ridiculous. He just kept going back.
Well, they pulled it for like a month or 2, but then all in all, it did like a 13-month run in the theater, and that's unheard of. I
remember going to the theater to watch it after it had been there already for like 5 months.
Yeah.
And the theater was still more packed than what you'd go in on like opening day for a lot of movies now.
Spoiler, I have never seen the movie in the theater.
My buddy was a fanatic, so he finally dragged us all to go. Some of my other buddies had already seen it like 2 or 3 times, and they're just like, "Yeah, you gotta come, Jeff. You gotta come."
The thing with Titanic is, it was well done, it was well written, it was well special effected, but
the special effects at the time were groundbreaking.
But the thing is that I hated about it is they had so much focus on the Jack Rose love story that they almost overshadowed the disaster itself, and they made it seem like the disaster was an inconvenience to the story in some parts. That like the end
scene was a bit of an inconvenience to the story.
The band.
We've got a love story. This ship is sinking.
The band when they're playing out and they know they're about to drown was sad as fuck. The old couple made me cry. Just everything to do with that part hit me hard. And then they go back to Jack and Rose. I'm like, I don't give a shit what happens to him. Let him go. Oh, Jack, come back. No, it's fine. Go away.
Everyone complains that Jack could fit on that.
Oh, he totally could.
So there's a scene where he tries to get on and it starts to sink. So they answer it. Everyone that says like, oh, he could fit on, it sank with his weight. So no, he could have got on.
Anyway.
Well, guys,
dare you, sir?
With that's our top 5. Great list, everybody.
Where does the top 5 go in your video store, Jeff? Well.
Do we want some final thoughts on our top 5 directors? Like, let's get a final thought, Dan. Why did you pick the ones you picked? Like, what drew you to them? Your final thought on your top 5 directors.
I didn't do that kind of homework.
Damn it, Jeff.
I
graduated for a reason.
Why I picked those ones?
You like the fantasy
I
stuff.
did like the fantasy stuff, and I like the drama stuff.
Yeah.
Those were mine.
And you picked a lot of like, what's the term I'm looking for? Renowned directors, right?
Yeah. Like George Lucas and
Christopher
Nolan and stuff like that. Yeah, I like those.
My final thought is my top 5 is like, I don't always necessarily like the most, there's some directors where you say like it's cleanest, it's the best, and that's not necessarily the movie I like, and that's where my top 5. Oh, I forgot Guy Ritchie on my honorable mentions.
Don't worry, I forgot J.J. Abrams for mine.
Ooh, I was waiting to see if JJ showed up. But yeah, my list is more of, you know, a sloppy movie with heart is what gets me, or like things that have like a particular style where there's so much attention to it, right?
Yeah.
Where I like a director with a lot of attention, right? Laura, what about you? What's your final thought of your top 5 directors? What led you to pick the ones you picked?
Most of them are horror. I mean,
Well,
you know,
I feel like you seem like you've gone to the well of your childhood horror stuff, like
There's
Clive
Clive
Barker,
Barker. There's
Wes Craven. Those are all like
all childhood. They're ones that you grow up with. They're the ones that really start bringing out the love of horror movies if you're a horror fanatic. So yeah, a lot of those ones are me. It's being drawn to those. I mean, Tim Burton. Everybody grew up with Tim Burton. It's so pretty much every single one of them. Even Alfred Hitchcock. You know, long before my time, but
Not
still grew up
Corey's,
with
but
it.
you know.
Not Corey's, but long before my time.
Okay, I totally watched Alfred Hitchcock present, but that's beside the point.
Corey. What about you? What's your final thought of your top 5? You almost went more of a blockbuster type thing. Than
I did
expected.
because I grew up watching. I didn't go to the well for the underrated movies until I got much older, and so again, it's a lot of what I grew up with. I find, and again, obviously, I'm a horror guy. But I find that horror movie directors are generally not that good. I mean, the exceptions are the ones we listed. But all in all, horror movies are terrible movies.
Oh,
Let's
they
be
are.
completely honest.
They are.
I'm shocked John Carpenter never came on anybody's list.
I thought about him, but I can only name like 2 movies of his I really like.
Right.
So,
And even for me, he could have gotten an honorable for me, but there's like one that I like. So
see, I love Halloween, but
that's
I only,
about the only one. That I
yeah,
like.
but I like Escape from LA in New York.
Yeah.
I like The Thing.
Yeah.
I liked
The
Vampires.
Thing was
Okay.
really good.
But I didn't love any of those. I only loved Halloween, so to put them
Yeah.
on my list would be
Yeah. It's
disingenuous.
It's,
So.
That's the same with me. I mean, I can say John Carpenter's Vampires is the first movie Victor ever watched. And he fell asleep after the massacre, so, you know, it's great.
Yeah.
But it's not high up there on the list.
I actually think if you look at the way that we picked our directors and stuff like that, you can actually see a little bit of our personalities more than you think you could, because
That
you know
means
there's
I'm
some
morbid.
prestige going on. There's
No.
Sorry, I had to throw that out
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, but say goodnight, Danny.
Good night, Jeff.
Say goodnight, Corey.
Good night, Danny.
Say goodnight, Laura.
Good night, Laura.
Finally, someone listens to me.
Yay!
Good night out there, podcast world.
See ya. Go Oilers.
Is that it?